Welcome back, lords and ladies, to the final chapter of Scarlet Hollow, Episode 3, a Cornish Let's Play, with Jason and his cousin Tabitha as they have been pushed down the hole. Now, let's get back to their story and see where it ends. So I shall see you over in a second, folks. Goodbye. More memories, like the ones in the mine. Charlie, it took some digging, but it's here. It's one of those round disc things. The map was right, he mutters as he turns to look at a figure standing in the door. This means there's hope, Eddie. Whatever it is that Enoch did, we can undo it. He didn't notice as he's holding something behind her back. We can be happy together, but Charlie is interrupted as Edwina shoves him and pushes him down the stairs. As he takes the bat out of view. Eddie? Says Charlie. And she beats him to death while crying. Oh god, I'm actually going to be sick this time, says Tabitha. This is interesting, which is that whatever's going on, the person that gave Charlie the map, I get a distinct feeling that he was set up, like the whole, oh, go to this place, do this specific thing, everything will be fine. And he gets there, he does it, and Edwina just turns up. I definitely feel that there's like some kind of conspiracy going on. Your cousin violently heaves into the void, but nothing comes out. There's nothing here. This place is completely empty, says Tabitha. Did you see the tear running down her cheek at the end? She was conflicted. Whatever it is that Enoch did, we can undo it. What the hell is that supposed to mean? Yeah, let's go with the keen eye option. Did you see the tear running down her cheek at the end? She was conflicted, you say. I didn't, but that's a good point. This whole thing isn't very fair, you know. We only saw one side of the story. Isn't only one side of the story what the Scarlets have been giving since 1918? That's what's coming from a Scarlet. Yeah, I don't trust Charles taking on things. True, maybe Charles just sucked. I mean, look at him now. Maybe this has more to do with Enoch than Edwina. Yeah, let's go with that one. Because this is all tied up with revenge. Like his hatred of, like, he came back to the town because of Enoch, and like his dealings with his father. And Edwina, let's go with that. True, maybe this has more to do with Enoch than Edwina. He was mentioned in passing quite a few times. Yeah, maybe, says Tabitha. What now, says Tabitha. Do you repent, says Stella. Do you repent for your crimes, says Kanika. Are you talking to us? Tabitha's the one you want. I haven't even stepped foot in this town before a couple of days ago. That won't matter to the ghost. Yeah, let's say yes. The thing is, like, we're being held to account for something that we have not done, but I don't think the ghost really cares. You talking to us? Why should I be? I'm not responsible for any of this. Let's go with that one. That's the logical one. Why should I be? I'm not responsible for any of this, you say. Neither am I, says Tabitha. You must answer for the crimes committed by your scarlet blood, said Oscar. Are you kidding me, says Tabitha. I hate it. I hate it here so much, she says. Until you do, I cannot die, says Avery. I want to die, please. I have been alone in the dark for so long, says Rosalina. All I ask is for some of your years. To pay for the years that were taken from me, says Stella. What are you saying, says Tabitha as he steps back. My life was stolen from me, says Alex. Now the ghost is actually talking to us. I want some of yours. It's only fair, says Stella. No, absolutely not fair. You've got to be kidding me. Neither of us have had anything to do with what happened to you, says Tabitha. The sins of the father are to be laid upon the child, says Rosalina. One of you must forfeit, it doesn't matter which. Bullshit, says Tabitha. What happens if we refuse? What happens if we refuse, you say? Then I will stay, says Oscar. I will stay until I get what I am owed. I don't understand. You will live a shorter life, says Alex. And I will finally be satisfied, says Oscar. I will have justice. I will finally die, says Stella. I will leave this house at last. Let's go with this. How much shorter would my life be? Tabitha glares at you. You aren't seriously entertaining this thing, are you? This isn't for you to know, says Kanika. Just as it wasn't for me to know, says Rosalina. One day, sooner than you'd like, you will die, says Stella. The sentence has been handed down, says Kanika. Make your choice. And there's Sylvie. I get the feeling that she's directly involved with this. If it's not her that's controlling us, then I get the feeling that she's really playing a puppeteering role. I hope I didn't come too late. Mum? Seems they're breaking out of it. All of you have better get out of here before the spirit gains its composure. This is certainly a strong one, isn't it, says Sylvie. Don't worry about the others, they're safe. I've got to your call, Tabitha, but it's definitely not easy getting down here. Get us out of this pit, Sylvie, says Tabitha. Tabitha, I don't think it's wise to leave something like this where anyone can stumble across it. Why is that my problem? It wants something, doesn't it? I think you know which of you should volunteer. You must be joking, says Tabitha. You're the eldest cousin. You're the one who actually lived in this town. It's only right, says Sylvie. Absolutely not. We should just leave. I'm not giving in to its demands of this dead guy. Of some dead guy, snaps your cousin. I agree with Sylvie. Tabitha, you should be the one to handle this. I'm not leaving before I'm putting this thing to owe I'm with Tabitha. Neither of us owe this ghost a damn thing. We're leaving. This is really bad, because, in a way, Jason would see where the ghost is coming from, but at the same time, we really, neither of us have done anything. The ghost has basically told us, if it wants to rest in peace, we have to basically give up years of our life for this. But then we basically leave the ghost lying around. Oh, this is such a hard choice. What would Jason do? He's not going to sacrifice his cousin. But leaving this thing floating around is putting loads of people at risk. I'm not leaving before I'm putting this thing to rest. Let's go with that. I'm not leaving before I'm putting this thing to rest, you say. You take a step towards the spotlight. As you move forward, you feel Tabitha's hand on your shoulder. Jason, what are you doing? What if someone wanders into the annex and gets stuck in the labyrinth? I want you to be safe. Yeah, he cares for his cousin. They don't always get on. But, he cares for his cousin. It's okay with that. This is what family is for, right? He helps. The family look after each other. Let's go with that. It's okay, Tabitha. This is what family's for, right? He says as he breaks a sad smile. Sylvie is right here. Please don't do this. Wordlessly step into the spotlight. The room. You're back in the room. blinding images. Of the library, of the gardens. I mean, at the end of this, Jason is a good man, and he wouldn't let his cousin put herself at risk, and he's not going to allow this thing to hang around and potentially hurt other people when he could have done something. To quote another video game character, an individual owns their mistakes, even if they keep making them. There's Charlie, in the sun, passing on to paradise, hopefully meeting Edwina again. For the first time in what feels like hours, the earth around you feels solid, real, but it's also soft. You feel it pressing in on all sides, cold and growing tighter by the second as the soil settles. Claw your way out. Your arms tear into the earth until you break through into the air. Look back behind you. As you gasp for breath, you take a look into the pit behind you. Charlie's mummified remains stare up at you, sad and broken at the bottom of the pit. Another one of those weird discuses. You're only able to maintain your gaze for a moment before exhaustion overwhelms you. With the last of your strength, you hoist yourself up from the pit and collapse on the floor. You feel like death. No, Jason, what happened to you? You look awful, stammers your cousin as he comes forward. It's done, Tabitha. If you have any regrets, keep them to yourself, says Sylvie. I don't really trust Sylvie now. To be honest, I feel that she's manipulating us for her own ends. You try and think of words to say, but you're still delirious from what happened, and you struggle to form coherent thoughts. Come along, Jason. Let's get you home, says Sylvie. Quietly walk towards the stairs. Tabitha rushes to your side and to give you a shoulder to lean on as you walk. You're outside. It's real this time. The cool breeze chills you deeper than it should, and you realise just how drained you feel. Your legs are heavier, harder to lift as you make your way down the steps to the library. Your lungs wheeze as if you've run a marathon. You can almost feel how pale your face has become. Your lips dry and thin. Your hands almost tremble with the effort of raising them to your face as you trace the new lines and furrows that have formed there. I'm going to wait by the car, mutters Tabitha. Just let me know when you're ready to go home. Your cousin walks off before you can get the chance to respond. Zen, I'm going to pass out too. Back-to-back encounters with my own mortality. I've got a lot to ponder, says the teenager. See you, Rosalina. See you, Alex. Zane walks off down the road. Selby, you can see there's some kind of effect happening at the edge of our screen now. The devs have said that whatever this effect is going to now last us the rest of the game as a permanent decision, though they also have commented that they're going to add a filter that we can turn on and off, which will affect how much of an impact this had. This is supposed to represent how our permanent choice of doing this. I'm so sorry I wasn't there for you earlier that night, to Sylvie. I had no idea what you all were planning to do. Kinika, how we were supposed to know it would be like that, says her daughter. Things have been strange around town, sweetie. Now's not the time to poke around in the supernatural. I thought you'd learned that lesson yesterday. But magic isn't real. I mean, it's not supposed to be, says the young woman. God, that hurt. Everything is so... Kinika stops mid-sentence as he realises what's happened to you. Oh my god, Jason. You poor thing, she says. Like, how... I want to know how old are we? Look, something has obviously happened to us. Like, have we aged like 40 years or something? My bones weren't meant to bend like that. I'm going to be hurting for a few days at least, says Avery. Jason, did you... Oscar walks over. Yeah, it's over. I'm so happy I could help. All that matters is that Rosalina can go back to sleep in her own home. It better be over because I feel like I just aged at least a decade. Let's go with that one. It better be over because I feel like I've aged at least a decade, you say. I'm so sorry. I don't know what I can possibly make this... I'm so sorry, says Oscar. I don't know how I can possibly make this up to you. So it's true then, the ghost really took away years of your life, says Avery. I'm afraid so. Everything in this world has a price, and those years were unfortunately what it took to put that spirit to rest, says Sylvie. I can't believe Tabitha let you do that. It's outrageous. If anyone should have paid the price to put that ghost to rest, it should have been her, says Kinika. You don't even live here. You're barely even a Scarlet. It's just, it's so unfair. I agree, it is unfair, but I did my best to sway her, and what's done is done. There's no use dwelling on things. Like, yeah, no, come on, like, Jason isn't going to allow, like, his cousin to do this. Like, she didn't know what was going on. And the fact that other people were trying to strong arm her into doing this wouldn't have sat right with him at all. Kinika takes a deep breath and sighs. You know, Jason, the salt and pepper look is good on you. Maybe this isn't all bad. Kinika, mutters her mother. Sorry, just trying to be positive. Stella's way better at that. Is she okay? You inquire. I was wondering the same thing. We just saw a ghost, and she's just standing off by herself. It would be normal reaction for anyone else who had just seen a ghost, but this is Stella we're talking about, mutters Kinika. Hey Stella, are you okay? Hey Stella, want to hang with the rest of the group, of the class? Let's go talk to Stella. I'm going to go and check on her, you say. You walk over to Stella. Oh hey Jason, she says. She doesn't meet your gaze. You okay? I'm here if you need me. There was another one of those carvings in there. So I guess ghosts are actually real, huh? You seem so soft. I'm so sorry I couldn't get you out sooner. Let's go with that one. I'm so sorry I couldn't get you out of there sooner, you say. I'm so sorry, Jason. I don't think I can talk right now. I'll call you later, okay? She begins to cry before hurrying off down the road. What if she's still possessed? No, I think she took the brunt of things in there. No wonder she's having a hard time. To go after her, she didn't seem okay. Let's see. Like, it's hard to say. Like, she's not possessed. I think she took the brunt of things, and then no wonder she's having a hard time. So we go after her. It doesn't seem okay. Let's go with that one. Should we go after her? She doesn't seem okay, says Jake. You say. Stella, mutters Kinika. And you don't need to be rushing anywhere, says Sylvie. Same goes for you, Kinika. We don't want that cold of yours to get any worse. There was another carving in there. I ran into Wayne in one of those rooms, and he vaguely threatened Stella if he kept poking around. Let's go with there was another carving in there. There was another carving in there, you say. I wonder if these things are tied to everything supernatural that's been happening. Let's go with that. I wonder if these things are tied to everything supernatural that's been happening. Yeah, I wonder. One is a coincidence, but two of them back-to-back in back-to-back nights. And if you and Stella were right about another one in the clinic... I'm sorry, I'm a little lost. Have you been finding carvings around town, says Oscar. This is used to me too, says Avery. I'm sure everyone here could stand around theorising about this and that all night long. There'll be plenty of time for that tomorrow, says Sylvie. I can't believe I let Rosalina go in there. How could I have been so careless, says Oscar. After everything she went through last night, in the last day, how could I have let this happen? You couldn't have known what was going to happen, Oscar. None of us could have known. Don't blame yourself. You actually tried pretty hard to warn us about things, Oscar. None of us took you seriously. Yeah, let's take that one. You actually tried pretty hard to warn us about things, Oscar. None of us took you seriously enough. Well, I should have done a better job of warning you. I should have known how bad it could have gotten in there. I shouldn't have let Rosalina come in with us, says Oscar. Rosalina, Dad, what did I tell you? Stop blaming yourself. You couldn't have stopped me. If you had tried, we were just going to sneak in after you. Yeah, says Alex. Rosalina was going to make us go in there no matter what. You didn't put a ghost in our house. It's not on you. I know you've both had a difficult time with this, but the storm has passed. Things will start to get better from here, says Sylvie. Let's go with that one. I ran into Wayne in one of those rooms, and he vaguely threatened Stella. If I kept poking around, you say. Wait, are you serious? Should we be worried about her, says Kanika. He also crossed a ditch thing with his bare hands. It was pretty scary. Of course we should be. Let's go with that one. Of course we should be, you say. I'll make sure Stella knows what's going on, says Kanika. There was someone else in there, but that's my house. Rosalie and I live there, says Oscar. Did he say anything else to you? You don't need to trouble Jason for any details, says Sylvie. No one pay any mind to that man. He's just a drifter. He'll be gone soon enough. In the meantime, steer clear and he won't make trouble. Let's see what else. I know this is a longer episode than normal, but I'm just trying to wrap it up. So let's go with, were you all conscious that whole time? What was it like being a puppet? Do any of you know who you were supposed to be, you say? No idea, says Kanika. The words just came out, says Avery. There was no context, nothing. But there was a weird feeling like overwhelming guilt. I was so angry, says Alex. I was mostly just scared, says Rosalina. I didn't feel any of those things. I don't know how to describe it. I felt powerful. Yeah, okay, so I've got the distinct feeling that probably Kanika's family has sort of like a connection to this. Maybe Sylvie's grandmother, or it might even be Sylvie if she's an actual witch. I was just cold, says Avery. Were you conscious the whole time? Were you all conscious this whole time? Everyone glanced at each other, though none of them technically gave any of their years away. You can see how exhausted they are, how unsettled. Yeah, says Kanika. It was awful. Kind of fun too, but mostly awful, says Avery. I'm pretty sure we'll remember everything, at least until Sylvie showed up and snapped us out of it, says Oscar. What was it like being a puppet, you say? They all glance away. It hurt, says Oscar. Why didn't I make the kids stay behind? I can't believe I let that happen to them. Dad, this might be the overwhelming pain, exhaustion talking, but shut up. I love you. You didn't do anything wrong, okay? I had no idea what I was going to say until the words were already spilling out, says Avery. It was like I had no control over myself. I remember each and everything I said. It's like it was burnt into my memory, says Kanika. You poor souls, I can't begin to imagine what you've all been through. We should probably get going, says Oscar. It's starting to get chilly out, and there's still work to do to get Rosalina set up for the night. Don't be a stranger, says Sylvie, and let us know if you need anything, Oscar. I will, thank you. Thank you all again. I believe it's time for me to get my daughter home as well, says Sylvie. But, Kanika dear, you haven't been feeling well. You need to get some rest. Okay, mutters the woman. I'll see you tomorrow, Jason? Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. If I manage to get out of bed, then yeah. You say. Ha, don't make me laugh, says Kanika. Kanika wearily treks down back to general store. Before I go, Sylvie places her hand on your arm, holding you back for a moment. I'm sure you have questions about everything you saw tonight and about what happened to you. But let's not get into it. But let's not get into it here. I think everyone can use a little rest and relaxation right now, yourself included. If you swing by the tea room sometime tomorrow, say early afternoon, you and I can have a little chat. I'll see you then, Jason. Sylvie leaves you and catches up with her daughter. Keenar, you can't help but overhear snippets of the conversation as they leave. My whole body hurts, Mum. What was that? And I want a better answer than a ghost. It was a spirit, dear. I've never been a fan of the word ghost. You'll be all right. Let me get you some of that special tea. It's been working well, don't you think? I think ibuprofen would be better, but I've got to admit the tea has been nice. I'll put a kettle on as soon as we get home. Avery looks at you. I guess it's just the two of us now, says Avery. So you have no idea who you were? I could roughly place most of the others. So I keep on taking screenshots. Take no notice of that. So I keep on pressing the S button for some silly reason. I could roughly place most of the others. What do you remember? Do you regret coming along tonight? Let's go with that one. Do you have any idea? So you have no idea who you were. I could roughly place most of the others. None whatsoever. But I remember everything I said, and I remember that cold feeling. A prisoner of the Scarlets. I wonder what your family was up to back then. I guess we can add it to the ever-growing pile of mysteries. What do you remember? As far as I know, all of it. I might start forgetting soon, but for now it's all fresh. The twisting wasn't the most pleasant, but even though I feel like I got tossed into a blender, it's honestly made me feel so alive. So you don't regret coming along tonight, you joke? Can't believe you're the one being apologetic right now, says Avery. Those bruises are temporary, you know. Look, that was a horrible experience that will stick with me for the rest of my days. But it was also kind of amazing for that, he admits. I don't know if this makes sense, but how many other people can say they were possessed by a ghost? I guess you've finally got some of that shared trauma with everyone now, you laugh. Avery chuckles and grabs his ribs, wincing. Yeah, I guess I do, huh? I know tonight was horrific, but it's also thrilling, and I know we'll all want through it together. It makes it easier. There are people to commiserate with tomorrow morning when the soreness really starts to settle in. Which reminds me, I better get back home. I'm supposed to have a shift tomorrow morning, might have to call in sick, but here's hoping a good night's sleep is enough to heal up. And I hope you feel better soon. Let me know if there's anything I can do for you, he says. Avery hurries off, leaving the square in front of the library empty. Time to wrap things up here. Let's go back to the estate. As soon as you get into the car, exhaustion of the night events overwhelms you. The aching in your bones becomes a dull throb as your body sinks into the seat and your eyelids pull shut as if weighed by lead seats. We're back. Do you need me to carry you inside? Says Tabitha. Did I dream that I gave up years of my life to get rid of the ghost, or did it actually happen? Let's go with that. How for build? I don't want to think about how many years of gains got undone tonight, you mutter. You stagger out of the car. You're back inside. The chill of the night breeze is a little better here, but your legs are numb with exhaustion. Well, we're back. I have to imagine you want to get to bed. I want to talk about Wayne. Really talk. Let's go with that. I want to talk about Wayne, Tabitha. Really talk, you say. Do you really have the energy to keep talking? She says, looking concerned. Did you kill him? Why is he following me? Let's go with that one. Did you kill him, you say? He's obviously not dead, so no. Also, thanks for accusing me of murder. Love that. So explore, yeah. So Wayne's a he now. Back in the ghost realm, it wasn't it. Does it really matter? I'm scared. I was scared in there, and right now I'm so exhausted I can barely think straight. Who cares if Wayne is a he on it, anyways? Either way, he's bad news, and you best stay clear, says Tabitha. Talking isn't doing much good for your condition. If you keep going, you might just collapse on the floor. You can barely stand right now, but if you're going to keep bringing this up, and if people are going to talk behind my back, I at least want you to know my side of things. Paulina didn't like it when I dated someone for too long. She'd pressure me into breaking up with them, and if I pushed back, she'd find a way to handle it herself. If you want to know what went wrong with Wayne, you're better off asking her, but she's dead as a doornail, so unless we're stuck dealing with 2 ghosts in 1 week, that's not happening. Case closed, says Tabitha. That's really messed up. Okay, so it's just a... Yeah, come on. Not so close to the end, folks. So the game is doing this. There we go. Did she do something to him? That's really messed up. Why was she so involved in your dating life? Well, get the feeling she's a controlling mother. Did she do something to him, you say? I learned it was best not to ask too many questions, says Tabitha. So yes, he basically did something to Wayne. Now go to bed. You need rest, says Tabitha. You find yourself unable to object. Don't keep poking around looking for trouble. You just have to make it to the funeral 4 more days, that's all, and then the bus comes. I mean, I have to say it again, you know I don't have to leave the Hollow. Let's go with that one. I mean, the thing is, like, Jason isn't enjoying his time here, but at the same time, he cares about his cousin, like, even if they argue. Let's go with this. I'd like to stay in touch after all of this is done. Tabitha looks down. Maybe we could do that. It has been kind of lonely being the only Scarlet in our generation. Yeah. It would be nice to have someone else in the family, she admits. We'll see how things go. Anyway, night. See you tomorrow, she says. Time to go to bed. The thing is, we could have said, like, you would have liked to have stayed in Scarlet Hollow, but at the same time, Jason is, like, probably aged like a decade, so he's probably not really that inclined to say that. Maybe we could have said that in parting or in jest. You don't even notice yourself entering the guest room and falling into bed. Suddenly, it's just you there, buried under the family's musty covers. Before you fortune drift away to a nightmarish recollections of hours past, your phone buzzes on nightstand. It's from Stella. Hey, sorry I ran off earlier. Wound up in a really bad headspace. I care about you so much. So sorry you got hurt in there. Just need some time to get a handle on things. Sorry. Try and call it. You call Stella, but it goes straight to voicemail. Let's go with this one. I'm here if you need me. I'm here if you need me, you say, as you type out a text message. Or you probably speak to the answer phone. You put your phone back on the nightstand. It's Wednesday night. Nearly half a week has passed since your first arrival in town, and a little over half a week remains until the bus comes to take you home. The spirit of Charlie Shaw Jr. has been put to rest at the expense of unknown years of your life. The spectre of the night's events will linger over you for every day you have left, in a grim reminder of the price you're willing to pay for the crimes of a family you've never met. Maybe it'll be easier in the morning. Maybe your joints will ache just a little less than the day they do now. Maybe you can still write the capsized sip of your now broken life. Or maybe things will only get worse from here. This is the end of episode 3. And here we are, folks. I hope you've enjoyed it. I know this was an extra long episode, but I just wanted to... I didn't know how it was long it was going to take to get from here, well, from where we started to the end. If I'd known it was going to take more than an hour, I would have just put another cut in. But I think this is fine. I've been Cornish-knight. This has been Scarlet Hollow, episode 3, a Cornish Let's Play. And Jason is... We managed to scrape by with the skin of our teeth in the last couple of episodes of Jason, avoiding the worst outcomes. This one, he's taken one for the team. If you have liked, please comment or and subscribe. It helps a lot. And I shall see you all again next time, folks. Goodbye.